G'day everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is Jim. Today's video is about my trip to Symbio Wildlife Park in southern Sydney. Just flashing up some prices and opening times. There's the map where it is. It's about 20 minutes from my place, about less than an hour's drive from Sydney. It was winter at the time of the visit. Symbio opened in 1975. It takes about an hour to walk around. Here's the first exhibit. The saltwater crocodile. He was just chilling out in the sun. Symbio is 16 acres and it's quite small. Like I said, you can get around in about 1 hour. Here's the goanna exhibit. Goanna is a native species to Australia. One of our largest reptiles. Yes, as I was saying, Symbio is 16 acres. If you can compare it to our largest zoo, Taronga Park, which is 70 acres, gives you an idea of the size difference in the two zoos. Here we are at the reptile house. Part of the fun of this exhibit is trying to actually spot the specimen. A bit like that book, Where's Wally? Yeah, some of the exhibits actually didn't have anything in it. It took me a while to work it out. So we're looking at the quarantine area here, where they quarantine all the new animals before releasing them into the park. These two women had paid a bit extra to have a meerkat experience, where you can go into the enclosure and feed them and get them to crawl all over you. That's an extra charge. Now we're at the only primate display in the whole zoo, with marmosets and cotton-top monkeys. These are always fun to watch, all the antics they get up to. Yeah, there's no gorillas or orangutans or chimpanzees at this zoo, so this is it for the primate section. Moving along to this guy, he was walking around, one of the workers here, giving out information about the python he had around his neck.
Instead of relying on venom or anything like that, they can have upwards of 80 needle-sharp teeth that are
There were
facing.
people walking
and
around
what they'll do is
all
they'll
throughout
grab
the
onto
park,
their prey, hold on very tight, and wrap their very big, heavy bodies around it. And
now we're into the reptile house. There's a fur-necked lizard, which you don't see very often in my part of Sydney anyway. Under the tortoise enclosure, a few long necks and short necks. I used to have a long neck tortoise myself. Lots of kids here, really great place for kids actually. There's actually a splash park, a water park here, so kids enjoy hours of fun there, especially in summer. Plenty of open spaces as well to sit and have a picnic and eat your lunch. Here's one of the many dragons, Boyd's Forest Dragon. Jewel, red-bellied black snake. This one is venomous. Can't really see his red belly, but believe me, he's gone. There's a Gila monster, I think that's from America. It's not a native to Australia. Pretty weird, like it's covered in beads. Indian star tortoise. Into the olive python, and then to the walnut python. These guys were just chilling under the sun lamps. Shingleback and blue-tongued skinks. I used to have I've had quite a few blue-tongued lizards actually in my life as pets. There's one sunbaking under the heat lamp under there and talking. There's a bearded dragon. This guy was quite active. I've had dragons as well as pets in my youth. This guy was quite funny. He comes up to the camera and looks at me. What are you up to? There's a big blue-tongued lizard. You find these in a lot of Sydney suburbs, in the gardens. They eat the snails. Unfortunately, the cats like to kill them. There's a big diamond python. These pythons are pretty harmless. You wouldn't want to get bit by one, but they're not poisonous, not going to kill you. Taipan, this is the most venomous snake in the world apparently. And he was a good 1.5 to 2 meters long, so pretty scary. The taipan. I was quite impressed by how long he was actually and how quickly he moved. Wouldn't want to step on one of these when you're bushwalking. It's the outside of the reptile house. Just leaving that and going towards a large open area. This is the kangaroo part of the park. These guys are just basically just chilling out on the grass, enjoying the winter sun. People can just pat them, and it's just a piece of rope there, giving them a bit of privacy, but you can reach out and touch them, they don't mind. You can feed them as well. There's food available at the entrance. I'm not sure how much it costs, I didn't buy any. And yeah, we're just lazing on the grass, taking it easy. There's a mixture of kangaroos and wallabies here. You'll see the wallabies, the difference in a minute. There's a wallaby there with the orangey fur standing up. Just there in the bottom left corner, that's a wallaby. Now these were just hopping around everywhere, just had the run of the place actually. Really good to see the size of these enclosures. It's surrounded by natural bushland anyway, but felt like you're in the bush still. Here's the emus, a couple of emus here, looking for some food. Australia's largest bird these are. Just a view of the kangaroo enclosures and emus again. As you can see, there's not much keeping them in. They can just wander around freely. Throughout the park there was a lot of gates you had to go through and close behind you to keep the animals safely inside. Here's the only large cat in the zoo, the cheetah. He was just pacing back and forward, looked a bit stressed out. There are no lions or pumas or leopards or any of those big cats at this zoo, only this cheetah. Just waiting for him to come back into view. Here he comes. There he goes. And where is he? Here he comes again. I think it was actually a she. Then on to the llamas. These are all the friendly part of the zoo where you can pat them and feed them. I was just worried he's going to spit on me. Hope they don't spit. So as you can see, really good sized enclosure. They have to wander around and eat the grass and such. They look pretty content in their home.
Put your hand very flat. You stand up. You stand up there. Okay, watch Mummy do it.
There's also a sheep in the enclosure, one sheep. I gave him a bit of a pat. And here we are inside the barnyard with the baby animals. So just looking at some chickens and things and roosters. kids loved it in here, patting the goats and seeing the guinea pigs and things. Here's the guinea pigs. As soon as he sees me, he pops back in. There he goes. Some unusual looking chickens coming up, I believe. There they are. Cockatoo in there as well. Across to the goats. All they seem to be doing is eat. That guy was standing up begging for food. Gave this guy a pat. Yeah, here we are at the wedge-tailed eagle aviary. There was 2 eagles in here. It must be a male and female. The female was on the nest, I gather. I was reading the story about one of them. Apparently got hit by a train while he was eating something, and they had to perform a series of operations to save its life. So yeah, some baby lambs, baby goats here rather. These were really friendly. Yeah, they go. A few ducks in the background, or geese. Getting a bit of tickle around the ears. Then on to the echidnas. There's an albino echidna. You don't see them very often. Echidnas are an egg-laying mammal, native to Australia. So it was interesting to watch these little guys for a while. We actually went to this enclosure earlier, but they weren't out. Must have been too cold for them. But we stopped by on the way out again, and luckily the 2 of them were out. So you'll see that albino type one, and then there's a darker one in the background there. There he goes. So they were just walking around foraging for little ants and termites and whatever they eat. They have a long tongue in that snout. Never actually touched a echidna. I guess they're pretty prickly, similar to a porcupine, not quite as sharp, I guess, the quills. On to the koalas. There was an indoor koala display and an outdoor display. Here we are at the indoor one. This little guy swinging around was the centre of attention. He was the most active koala. I think he was the only active koala in the whole display. All the rest was sleeping. But he seemed happy to entertain us. One across the pathway wasn't doing much.
Oh, you moved trees.
Not him.
Yeah, he reached out, switched over. Did he kind of swing
Yeah, so this guy decided to climb down and put on a show for us. Just going to one across the aisle, and he was just sleeping, as was most of them. So I thought I'll go back over to the other side and watch this guy for a while. He had his gum leaves there to eat, or eucalyptus leaves. So here he is coming down to come and say hello to us. You could actually reach over and pat him if you wanted to, but no one did. Because they do have sharp claws you've got to watch out for. And he could possibly grab onto your arm and climb up you and get out. So no one reached over.
That's why they got the 10-point mark for us.
I did my show, now I'm back.
They put the 10-point mark for us.
So we're coming to the end of the video soon. I just want to wrap up by saying entrance fee is $42 to get into this park for an adult. You can buy packages and family passes. $42 I feel is a little bit too much because you can go to Taronga Zoo for $51 I believe, and that's a lot bigger and better value. We only went to this zoo because we had free passes and it was only 20 minutes from our home. So I probably won't come back to this zoo unless I have grandchildren one day. But having said that, this zoo is really great for young kids, you know, up to about 12, 13 I guess. Like I said before, there's a water park here, small water park. There's plenty of grass areas, plenty of undercover areas to eat. People were spreading out blankets on the grass, on the lawn areas and enjoying themselves. Here's the koalas outside. They're just taking it easy. Yeah, what else have I got to say? There's the souvenir shop on the way out. The toilet amenities were really clean. Here's the goanna that we saw at the beginning. Food options are there. We didn't buy anything, we brought something with us. So yeah, all in all, not a bad day. Can't complain, it was free. We spent a couple of hours there. Highly recommended for kids, as I said. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this little walk around Symbio Wildlife Park. Thank you very much for watching. Please leave me a comment and subscribe. And I shall see you in the next video from Evo Gardens. Take care everyone. And I shall see you next time. Bye for now.